hear the river, even from here. You can hear. I can actually see the kill site from here. Now that I know it's there. And when I got out here, I was enjoying, I looked downstream, I looked upstream. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful world we are in right now. And the sun was out. And then I look, and now, after having taken this hunting course, I get really excited when I see blood in the snow. First thing I noticed was the blood, of course. And then I kind of noticed these long wing marks, and I was like, almost immediately, just through past experience of tracking, I was like, wow, cool. An owl came in and got a rabbit, and wow, it must have been like a young juvenile owl, because it really struggled, and there's a lot of blood everywhere. Like, owls are usually, an owl comes in and it's gone. Like, you'll see a drop of blood where the tracks stop. You can hardly even see them now coming in, but they're coming in this way. And I saw them come up to the water here to get a drink of water right here. You could almost see like a paw print right here where it was drinking water. I was like, how did this rabbit go from here to there? And so I started trying to make a story that it went on this ice. I even tested to see just how strong that ice was, and it could hold a rabbit. But then that's a huge jump for a rabbit to go over there. I started scratching my head, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't really make sense. I think these were separate events. I'm like, okay, I've got to go examine this kill site. Blood, like look at how much blood there is. That's a lot of blood going on. And then on the edge, I find this. And at very, very first glance, I thought, okay, rabbit fur? And then I saw there's this green metallic iridescence. Green birds. I was starting to think of like, okay, grackle, and then I was like, but grackle's way too small for these wing marks that are here. Like, those are huge wing marks there. I was like, whoa, is this a turkey? Is this a massive turkey? I was like, this isn't an owl kill anymore at this point. I'm like, this is a bird that got killed. And then I was like, well, who's killing a bird at the side of the river here? Who is going after a bird at the side of the river? I even, with turkey in mind as the kill, I even thought, I wonder if someone's hunting here. I wonder if there's somebody who is actually here doing some low-key hunting with a bow. Because that's a lot of blood going on there. It looks like a pretty deep strike. And so at that point, I looked downstream. I said, I need more evidence. Snow layer is here. You have this blank canvas that is just a perfect painting or a perfect book that you get to read. That is this wonderful time in the winter, the snowfall. And so we'll go check out what I found, that I saw, these different changes that were happening over here. I saw these drag marks here. I'm still so focused on the river because this is the kill site here. And I saw these, and you can see there's blood there. It's a bit more, it's not super bloody. It's a bit on the dirt side. It's really wet. It's really diluted. It's not rosy red like that. It's using its wings to help itself walk. And it walks this way. You can see it. There's a really good track right here. And there might be even more. I went to the river at a spot downstream before this, and I heard 3 crows, and they were just doing circles around me. They were doing circles up and down and all around, and I was like, oh, something very curious going on around here. Crows are such a good signifier for different things. So up until this point, I was still thinking turkey. I still in my mind had turkey. They'll do a drag mark with their toe, just like we see here. They'll do these drag marks. And so I was I was still in that turkey mindset. And a bit smaller, but for the most part, that's pretty close to a turkey size. Now, clearly, turkeys don't have that webbing inside there like that. Figured out what kind of bird it was because I started to see these metallic greens, which you might be able to see a bit better. Even blues going on in there. Blues and greens. Started to see the wing bars, and there I started to see these very particular feathers. As if this isn't a good enough feast for the whole ecosystem here, I'll spread a little bit of some pumpkin seeds, some of my pumpkin seeds. That'll be good. That'll attract the mice, because the mice are going to want to come and they're going to want to chew on these bones. When it gets really cold, all this is going to get covered in snow, and the mice in the subnivean layer are going to come in, and hopefully they'll come in and land upon the pumpkin seed. I made sure that I give before I take. Always give before you take. Three curly feathers from the bottom of a mallard duck. One for you.
Thank you. That's gorgeous. That's really special.
So special.
2 little curly horns for you.
So let's finish this tracking adventure. Oh yeah, over here too there's some poop. Animals don't wear pants. And I kind of wonder if they're putting so much energy, they're clenching their muscles, and I'm sure their organs and everything are working so hard. This smaller animal than the animal that it's actually taken out may have very well taken a dump. May have pooped while it was making this attack. I don't know, but this is a hypothesis. It smells kind of fishy. It's suspicious. From its little cave here, its little nook, and it's looking straight up there, and it's watching, and all of a sudden around the corner comes this duck, this mallard duck, and it's got all this speed coming through. It kind of passes its point of no return as it hits that really fast water current, and it starts going really fast, and that's when the mink is like, okay, here we go. And it goes, and it takes its jump, and it jumps into the water, and it swims as fast as it can, and the duck sees it. The duck sees the mink coming straight for it, and it's like, oh shoot, oh no, what am I gonna do? Last moment, kind of veers off to the right maybe, and bam, the mink gets it, maybe in the water. The duck's still trying to get up onto the land, but where that blood spot is, that's kind of where that mink really made that kill shot. That's where it really got the jugular. Maybe it had it by the foot at that time. Maybe it had it more by the tail at that time, and it was trying to pull it closer, trying to get a better vantage point at it. And then it did get its vantage point, and it got its neck at that time. You can see in those wing marks as that duck is trying to pull itself. It's literally pulling itself up onto the land, trying to get away from this mink as the mink is dragging it into the water. And the mink succeeds in dragging it into the water after having made its kill shot, and tires out that duck. That duck is exhausted. It just had its neck, like it's bleeding hard, and it's wrestling with a mink, which, although they are so cute, weasels are so cute, they are so ferocious. And pound for pound, they are some of the most efficient hunters in Ontario, possibly in Canada. The duck makes its way up onto the land about 10 feet downstream and slowly brings itself under a cedar tree. And it's tired. And that's where that mallard decides to lay. That's where that mallard accepts death, and that's where that mallard also offers its life to the weasel and to the ecosystem and to the animal kingdom around this area. All of the different animals around here. That mink got a wonderful meal, and I think that was around yesterday evening. A raven, I've seen raven tracks come in here, and I know mice are gonna come in and eat those bones and get the calcium that they need for the winter. It's gonna go to so many different animals, and that energy is just gonna continue to spread all throughout here. It's a beautiful thing. Hunting, it's a vicious thing, but it's such an integral part of the animal kingdom, of existence of animals, especially up here in the north, where we have to build fat to survive the winter. We have to make a nice fat layer. We need meat protein to live up here in the winter. Give thanks to all the animals and all of our ancestors who have hunted and made it this far and brought us through these harsh winters. I think of my ancestors there, the Mennonites who lived on this land. Give gratitude to the indigenous peoples of these lands who have also shared so many of their lessons through story. Story is such an important part of human existence. Lessons travel through story. We learn through story. Give gratitude for human nature on this channel. Gratitude to the Aramosa River here that we're on, that we get to read these stories on, that we get to participate in the ecology here. Gratitude for this land, for holding so many humans over so many different generations.